Indeed, yes, I raised this issue already in the Dáil, and I know many TDs have been contacted by different soccer leagues, and I certainly was contacted by the Midlands Schoolboys and Schoolgirls Soccer League, and they're very concerned. You know, the kids are finding it very difficult, the fact that they can't play their matches, and the fact that this restriction is completely unfair and not, as was pointed out, it isn't affecting the GAA. And I support all sports, and I feel that this restriction should be lifted. There's much talk about children's mental health and well-being, and I feel that in the interest of fairness, this restriction needs to be lifted as soon as possible.
One restriction lifted leads to another restriction lifted leads to another restriction that you want lifted, and it goes on and goes on and goes on. I take the point. First of all, the Minister for Sport is not in any way discriminatory in relation to anybody, and I speak as someone. I didn't achieve a whole lot on sport. I enjoyed it immensely, but I do have an under 15 cup medal with Toker AFC, which I cherish very much, and no less a great hurler than Ger Cunningham was in goal on the same day. So from that perspective, I believe in... Sorry? Oh yeah, I get you, Deputy Kelly. There will be a return volley at some stage. But in terms of the issue, we will examine that. The Minister for Sport has raised these anomalies that occur from time to time. But the essential point I have to say, though, between here and Christmas, we want to minimise the level of activities generally. Why? Because we want to keep the virus down. We want to keep it down so that people can have a safe and meaningful Christmas. What we said to the Minister for Sport was to engage with all of the organisations for the new year in terms of how we would manage this into the new year, but a lot will depend on where the numbers are in terms of the virus. Last evening, 242. Remember, we're starting at a much higher level of incidences in the community now than we would have back in the summertime when you were looking at 5 or 10 a day. Last evening it was 242, the day before that it was 300. So between now and Christmas is about two weeks. We'll see what we can do in relation to that.
Okay, 6 deputies.